All right. Thank you all for watching and competing in Cornfields. I'm here with Bill with Dieckhoff. How's it going?
Good, man. Having a good time.
Good. That's what's up. Yeah, I guess any people, places, or events that you would like to shout out?
Southside Boxing, where I'm starting my training camp for the Bareknuckle fight that I'm going to do in September.
That's going to be here in Nebraska, right?
Yeah, we'll be up in Omaha. I don't know exactly what venue we're at, but it'll definitely be
Probably Ralston Arena or
any of them would be nice.
Any of them. Well, RIP to the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You've had some victories there.
Yep. I enjoy.
Or the Cocoa Keys. The Ramada. The Ramada. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I fought there. I enjoy all the nice little places. I enjoy being back home and not like fighting in Kansas or Missouri. I got a lot of friends. That last fight that I did, I ended up selling like 120 tickets. So I had a pretty big following to come up to Omaha. So it'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, people are probably tired of being pent up and, they just want to get out there and see some fights, and, you have a bunch of fans and things like that.
And we're loud.
Yeah, shout out to the fans.
Yeah. Hey, look, we finally got somebody on our Facebook, though.
There we go.
Yeah. Welcome.
There we go.
Welcome.
We got a watcher. Yeah.
Hey, if you guys got any questions or whatever, drop them in here. We'll talk about it, too.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be... Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Luke Williams.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, we know that guy, don't we?
Yeah.
Good guy. Shout out to Outlaw Nation. Seen them up the Wired Pub a couple weeks ago. Crazy group.
What is Outlaw Nation?
So they're a group, I believe, from Tennessee. They got this YouTube video. It was a big TikTok trend. Welcome to my house, and they performed it live up there and killed it. It was a good show, for sure.
Awesome. And then I guess can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your competition experience?
Sure. So I've been fighting for like roughly 15 years now. I had 39 amateur fights. I lost 10 of them. In my amateur career, I fought for 8 heavyweight titles and won them. At one time, I was ranked number 1 in the world as an amateur heavyweight, which was pretty nice. And then I decided to go pro. For some reason, thought I was a 155-pounder jiu-jitsu wizard. And so I got into a couple fights and ended up losing by submission.
Did you lose weight for those fights?
Nah.
They're still at heavyweight?
They were still at heavyweight, yeah. No, I fought probably 10 of my fights as an amateur at super heavyweight. I was kind of walking around at like 275, 280, which was real big for me at that time. And so I could just fluctuate if I wanted to fight heavyweight or if I wanted to fight super heavyweight. So I enjoy both of them.
What normally feels good for you? Where do you feel good at fighting, and where do you feel good at training, before you get into a fight camp or something like that?
I feel like my my training and what I do now is way better than what I ever did as an amateur. I didn't really do a whole lot of running. I'm just a big guy that kind of really knew how to wrestle and could hit hard. So I'd get guys to the ground and punch them in the face, and then you go to sleep. But now it's a little bit more of a cardio. I started training with Southside Boxing, really working on my stand-up, trying to evolve into more of a stand-up brawler, just because I had such a good ground game. If I was on top inside control, I could stay there. It was those times when I got up into mount and thought I could pull off an arm bar, and really, heavyweights should not be trying to pull off arm bars. So all you heavyweights out there, don't be doing the arm bar. No good.
If you have the chance to pound them out or go for a submission, you might as well just keep punching right.
Hey, for sure. And I tell all the heavyweights that I work with now at these different places that that if you're going to be in a mount, side mount or whatever, don't go for the submission if it's not really there. Just stay there. You going for a submission is going to open up for them to do something else. If
you're making them tired, you're cooking them a little bit.
For sure. We like cooking people.
That's right.
Yeah, cooking them.
Well, you said that you were confident on the ground.
Hey, what's up, Kelsey? Hey, what's up, Uncle Donald? How you doing? How many people we got up in here? 7?
7.
Round of applause to you guys.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey, look. Go check out his YouTube video, Competing in the Cornfields. Hit that like button. Subscribe. He's posting videos all the time.
Yep.
Go
Thank you. Thank you. And if you would like to be on, definitely let me know. I like to get together. I think it's fun, like hang out, talk a little bit, and then then we talk about whatever.
Yeah, we talk about everything. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything today.
Yeah. Well, so you said that you were confident if it went to the ground, and you said that are you a wrestler or what's your kind of background there?
So I've been wrestling since I was in 8th grade. I wrestled all the way through high school. I broke my hand halfway through the wrestling season in my senior year. I came back, and then I ended up medaling at state. I got 6th out of the whole competition.
That's really good.
Yeah. Well, you know what was not good is getting pinned by the state champion in like 5 seconds. That guy literally came out, threw me to the ground, and pinned me. It was nuts.
But at least
he wouldn't do that today, though.
Not today. Not today. Yeah, I would like to see that comparison.
Lewis, you want a rematch? If you're watching this, yeah, he ain't gonna do that today.
I don't think he wants the rematch.
He's skinny now.
Skinny, yeah, man. Was that a heavyweight?
Oh yeah.
Heavyweight in high school? Where'd you go to high school?
Lincoln High. Go Lincoln High.
Go Lynx. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to Platteview High School. It's like yeah, basically. I lived in Papillion, but same stuff. But no, that's cool. And
how you doing, Kill Bill? Keep that head up, brother. Hey man, thanks. I appreciate it, buddy.
For sure. And so like let's see. Your competition experience, like you said that you had 39 amateur fights. How many pro?
I've had 7 pro fights now.
7
so what was really crazy, and I know you wanted to chit chat about this, so we'll go ahead and make our way there.
For sure.
So after I took those 3 losses as my first pro, I kind of took like 2.5 years off. Kind of reevaluate things. I had some kids, so I decided 2.5 years later that I'd come back. And so you said you made your debut that night, right?
Yeah.
At Salt Dog Stadium.
Yes, at the park.
If y'all missed that show, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Hey, Dynasty, let's go back to the baseball stadium. Let's go.
The first night was a little rough.
It was, yeah.
But yeah, dude, I remember that fight. Like,
what's up, Casey?
Yeah, I just remember that super iconic picture of you after. Like,
hey, I got a huge poster of that in my house.
Dude, I want one of those too.
Yeah, it was great. I can hook you up. I got you. I got you hooked up.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was my first fight. That was a super crazy fight.
Who'd you fight that?
A guy named Tyler Johnson.
That was the guy from OFC, huh?
Yeah. He's a good guy. Nice guy.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
How'd that one go?
It was actually an awesome experience. I got a little bit of taste of everything, like ground game, a little bit of stand up, and yeah.
How did that one?
TKO. First round. Yeah.
Nice.
But
I got one of those too that night. Yeah.
Heck yeah. That was insane though.
Yeah.
With the blood and the violence of that, like.
Hey,
man.
look, the favorite thing that I love about that video is the commentator guy saying his nose is leaking like a faucet. Because really, and I knew going into that fight that Demetrius had some crazy stand-up and crazy power.
Yeah.
And he literally just got the tip of my nose. That was it. If he would have hit me in the jaw, I would have been asleep.
Gone.
Like, that was hard. Shout out to Demetrius, man.
Yeah, shout out to Demetrius Worlds. Bro. Yeah.
Big man. Like 6'8", huge. 285 that night. It was huge. We had a good time, though. It was good. And so I ended up picking up that win. And then I could just continue. The kids really enjoyed it.
Your kids like to go to your fights?
Oh man, they love it. And now it's really big. Having several fights after Demetrius that my kids are very violent at the house. Oh yeah, don't mind me, kitty.
Sorry, kitty attack.
Ah. Oh well. And but my kids really love like going and watching the fights. Several times that I was training up in Omaha at Tim Bazer's gym at OFC, Evolve MMA. I take the boys with me, so they can go up there and kind of experience as young kids what it's like to be in the gym, and so then they fully understand like, so daddy's putting in work now, and then when he comes to the competition, now they understand that it's a little bit more real. I mean, it's really real, but
yeah,
there's no faking that shit.
When did you think it was appropriate to take them to fights or have them see you train?
Immediately.
As soon as they wouldn't cry.
Yeah, as soon as they we're able to actually
walk around or something.
I think my boys were 3 and 4 when they first went and watched me fight, and they understood.
Yes.
Right? And then I went and had a couple more fights over at Evolve MMA with Tim Bazer. Picked up a couple more wins. Went from being 0 and 3 to now I'm 4 and 3. So I'm on a 4-fight win streak. And then I fought Austin Levine out of Wisconsin. Good guy. Didn't really know much about the guy.
You went to Wisconsin to fight him, or he came
over
here
from Wisconsin, and there was some stuff going on about his manager. I don't know if it was him saying it or his manager was saying it, but it made it way back to me that he was coming down here to knock me out and make a name off of himself off of me, and that just wasn't going to happen. And really, I put a lot more fuel in my fire, and then we fought, and then I ended up dragging him to the ground. He was real squirmish on the ground, and our boy Conan Schaefer.
There we go. Shout out to Conan. Shout out to Conan.
Very easily taught me back when I was at Rosenberry's that if you just very slowly just slide your knee up on their belly, that you can gain a little bit more control. And I did, and I put my knee on his belly, and I think he kind of felt that pressure.
Oh yeah.
He started to roll, and I ended up throwing a punch in between his arm and fucking catching him right in the head, and knocked him out. And then he had went around and said that I was a wrestler, which was right, and that if we was to do this stand-up wise, that the result wouldn't be the same. And so then I said I was game to do a
rematch,
a boxing fight.
Oh, yes.
And so I did the shout out to Never Surrender MMA down in Kansas. They were going to put us up to compete, and then the BKFC, the Bareknuckle Fighting Championships, came in and decided that they were going to do their first show in Kansas. They finally got it sanctioned, and so me and Austin's fight made it to that BKFC card, which was super nice because, I mean, guys that do bare knuckle boxing, UFC type stuff, like the UFC is the highest level you can get to.
Yeah.
And bare knuckle, that BKFC is the highest level you can get to. I mean, their show, the production of that show was crazy.
Yeah.
The way that they did everything backstage was way different than you would see at any other event.
Yeah.
They require all their fighters.
Was professional, super professional. Yeah.
Super professional.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of killers in that heavyweight division at the BKFC, and so that's kind of like, I'm kind of at the point in my career now that like, it's either do or die. I'm either going to continue to keep being this great fighter and keep moving up, or I'm going to lose at some point in time, but like at this point in time, I'm ready to take whatever's going to come, so I want a real fight. I want to fight somebody who's going to punch me in the mouth and let me punch them in the mouth, and we're going to see who's going to stand up afterwards. Like, Austin didn't make that.
No. No, I think that, like, as soon as you landed that giant punch, he was like, he didn't want none. Do you think he was, like, totally knocked out, or think he's like didn't want
No,
none, or
no.
he doesn't want a rematch
He was
anyway.
more knocked out in that MMA fight
Yeah.
than what he was in that bare
He
knuckle.
just like he probably felt that, and he's
for
like,
sure.
I prefer not to have it anymore. That.
And what was crazy about that is like I knocked him down the first time with a jab. And then,
but a hard jab is stiff. A stiff one.
And,
Yeah.
and it is totally different than an MMA fight because I've watched these bare knuckle fights and these other guys that are competing, and there are really a lot of guys that are falling to the ground off of a stiff jab.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean it's a real thing.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of,
Yes.
I mean, us coming from MMA, like if I hit you with a jab and you fall to the ground, I'm gonna think a little differently of you.
Yeah.
You know, because you should
Playing possum or
Yeah.
something like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so, and then the second time I knocked him down, I hit him with a 1-2. You know, and
Yeah.
and it was clean.
Yeah.
And then I knew that we were short on time. In that last, we only had like 10 seconds left. And when he stood up that last time, and I just came in and caught him with an uppercut, and you could just tell that he was getting really frustrated, you know, and they just decided to stop that fight.
Man.
I mean, shout outs to Austin though, man. Keep going, man. I
Shout
heard
out.
that guy was a quarterback for a football team. Hey, Austin, if you happen to see this, let me know.
What's his last name?
Levine.
All that comes to mind is Adam Levine.
Stop it. Austin, he didn't mean that.
I didn't mean no.
He
No,
didn't mean that
no.
part.
Like, yeah, definitely not. No disrespect. You know.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
all love.
All love, buddy.
One thing that I thought about too, whenever we were talking just now, is that you know, like you definitely have like you're on a roll, like a 3-fight win streak in pro MMA, like / bare knuckle. Like you have a bunch of good opportunities coming up in MMA, but in bare knuckle, you actually could fight like I don't know, name your person, Vitor Belfort. You know what I mean? You could fight like a
Oh yeah.
like an MMA legend who
sure.
just goes down to BKFC because like Dakota Cochran,
Oh yeah.
he's like beaten multiple and a bunch of other
Hendricks,
people. Yeah.
Who was that?
Wasn't Chris Lieben? No.
Chris Lieben.
Yeah, that was a man. That was a
brutal fight.
That was super brutal.
Hey,
but yeah,
Chris Lieben's like
he won his last one. Yeah,
he went out good.
Yeah.
And there was one other person that was a big star that he took out too. I want to say.
Man, I definitely watched it, but I can't remember. But yeah.
Hey, Dakota, I am excited to come work with you, my guy. Somebody commented on here. Let's see who this is. Kill Bill.
Yeah,
That's right.
Aaron Light. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you, Aaron.
Shout
Thanks
out
for stopping
Aaron.
by. Hell yeah. So what other things we got going on? Let's get to.
Yeah, for sure. One sec.
Yeah, a bunch of good questions. Hey, if y'all got any questions, drop them down here. I'll answer them too.
Yeah, for sure. Drop questions. Okay, so like I was gonna ask, like, do people ever try and mess with you whenever you're out and about, or whenever you're like, you know, doing a security detail or something like that?
Not so much, man. Like I don't know why. I mean,
I know why. I know why they might not, but.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But like it's no. I mean, I've had a couple of, like the last incident that I had. I was at a club. Guy was kind of really acting out. We was trying to get him out. We got him outside. Into the parking lot, and he was just running his mouth, and I was like, look, bro, just go home, like, I don't want to have to fuck you up. And he was like, oh.
Like you're getting off scot-free, like you could get arrested right now, probably, right? He was doing bad stuff.
He could get arrested.
Yeah.
Because ultimately when we kick you out of the club, like, I mean, you're now trespassing.
Oh.
So, like, when we have to call LPD or something like that, we call them on a trespassing deal. That we've removed you from the club, and now you won't leave to go any farther, so now you're trespassing, and they'll give you a trespassing ticket or take you to
And
jail.
it's you and, like, other people, too?
Yeah, no, yep. Usually, we got, we're starting to get a little crew together to start my own thing. I do some shows up in Omaha at the Wired Pub, and I got a couple of promoters that I do different shows for, so... It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, so if anybody...
Why is Big Bill so big? Hey, Nate, it's because I like chicken. I love chicken.
Hey, Mr. Buff.
Hey, look, the kitty brought the mouse.
Back.
Hey, thanks for the love, Nate. But yeah, no, like, but so that guy ended up like he was just a little short little guy. He ended up socking me in my face, and then like didn't run or nothing. So I grabbed that dude and put him in a chokehold, and the police ended up coming in and taking care of him. But like usually like most people just like, all right, you want me to leave, big guy? I'll just leave, flang. So,
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes crazy things happen. So it's definitely a fun deal.
And so, if anybody is interested in working in security or stuff like that, hit
Inbox me.
Bill.
Let me know.
Miss Buff out. Yeah, and so you're a tattoo artist, and then you do other projects as well.
Yeah. Hey, kitty, your tail's really big.
Mr. Puff. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got a bunch of different things. So shout out to my sister, huge supporter right now in my life.
What's your name again?
Alicia.
Alicia.
Yeah, she so she started when the COVID hit. She had a job and she decided to take the home route and kind of collect unemployment and go that route. And then she decided that she was going to start making resin art. And so I transformed her basement into like this big workshop. And she went out and got like thousands of molds and started baking all this stuff down in her basement and selling it and whatnot. And was able to save enough money through doing all that to pay her bills to buy her a $10,000 food truck. And so she's now went from having all that resin art and now moved it into a food truck with Baconazing. Go check it out.
Is that outside of Wicked Smoke on West O?
It was, yeah.
Where's it now?
Well, tonight they were at the Code Brewery down like 16th and Antelope Valley or whatever it is right there. But yeah, that's my sister's.
Will that be her working?
Huh?
Will that be her working then? If
yeah, so that's her.
Because I drive by there.
Oh, bro, you ain't stopped there yet?
No, not yet. I drive by there for work.
Bacon?
Of course I do.
Oh,
I love
man.
bacon.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alicia, hook my guy up with some
No,
bacon.
I'll be by. If they're by Wicked Smoke,
Hey, look, so they got.
or we'll seek them out because my girlfriend loves bacon too.
Oh yeah,
of course.
They got so hot dogs wrapped in bacon, jalapeno poppers.
That's what I'm after.
Great. I went there today and got like 12 of them. And then let's see, we got meatballs wrapped in bacon on a stick.
That sounds great too.
Let's see, Oreos wrapped in bacon.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'll go for that too.
But what's cool is everything is air fried.
Oh.
So it's a little different than just throwing it in a fryer. It's like a little nicer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think, there's something. Oh, pickles wrapped in bacon.
Oh my, that's another thing I'll for sure get.
Pickles wrapped in bacon. I know I'm thinking.
I love pickles and bacon.
Oh, and she got wings.
Wings are my favorite.
I don't know if she
one
got
of my favorite
boneless
foods.
wings or regular wings right now, but I've had both of them and they're both amazing.
Oh, so. Either one would be great. Do you know where she's gonna be at going forward?
I don't know the complete schedule. You guys can look on Baconazing on Facebook.
Okay.
But
I'll follow that right away.
Yeah, but she's got the whole thing planned out, and I did hear that she's already like pretty much booked out until August. So I mean, she's only had this thing open like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I mean, the other day I went over there and slapped a bunch of vinyl bacon strips on the side of her truck. You know, so now bacon's everywhere.
Yeah, I 100% didn't know that was her. That's awesome.
Yeah, small world, huh?
Yeah. And so real quick, if you have any kind of insight, like, because I did a podcast with John Mark Reddick. He's a good guy.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I posted it today. But yeah. Anyway, he has a friend who does resin art. You know, like paintings and things like that. Like, what is up with like the resin art and like the resin? She does pottery.
No,
Or
so everything that she does is made from like epoxy resin. We mix it.
what is that?
So it's just two components that are in these big jugs. We pour half in. So like we get 400 millimeters. We put 200 of each in there. And
What is the stuff? Do you know? Or
just a resin, like a whatever resin and hardener, whatever the
you can buy resin?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, you should definitely buy it online and not go to your local Hobby Lobby to do it because
they'll kill you. Like yeah.
Prices suck. But she had then she just went out from eBay and different places around and bought like molds and just a bunch of glitter and pigment and kind of just make trays. And I've made I've done like a bunch of art paintings and then put like epoxy resin, clear epoxy resin on top of it, so it's got like a glass look on it, and sold a bunch of artwork and probably got like about 10 to 12 paintings out there that people have bought, and it's pretty dope.
You like to paint yourself?
Yeah, I was I mean it's weird. I mean it's not really weird. I'm a man of many talents. Many talents.
Right.
But when I was a kid, I had ADHD real bad, and so my outlet was drawing and painting. I used to draw like all the Walt Disney characters. I could sit down and draw Goofy. I could oh, it died. Hopefully that's saved. If not, we'll check it out on yours. But I did a bunch of drawing and.
That's what you did, get your energy out.
Yeah.
You had too much energy?
Yeah, way too much energy. And my grandparents actually paid like $1,000 for the application for me to go to an art school at like the age of 12. And I got accepted. And then they wanted me to sit down and just draw and do everything on their time, and I just couldn't do that. You know, and so it's always kind of been artistic and kind of been my thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's a good outlet.
That is
for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. I wish I had some more of that. But yeah, I need to definitely get in touch with your sister because I think that Caroline and I would be super interested in all that, and then especially with whenever I see the bacon. What's the
baconazing?
Baconazing. Yeah, baconazing. Yeah, I will definitely be by there. And then I was gonna ask, like, we talked about your children, like coming to see you train, coming to see you fight. Did they motivate you a lot?
Oh, for sure. Because now I'm at the point of like, so early in my career and even throughout most of my pro career, up until my kids were born, like I could really give a shit less if I wanted to lose. I just want to fight and get punched in the face, like. But with them being here now, it's like, yo, I'm not finna lose in front of my kids, And when the time comes, will be the time that I'm gonna teach my kids that it's okay to lose.
At least they are a little bit older now, right? Or
and they seem to win some fights.
Yeah, of course. They've seen some great victories.
Yeah. So, I mean, so I'm ready for that defeat, And what was the other crazy thing I didn't really say is in 47 competition fights, regardless, Bareknuckle, MMA, I've never been knocked off my feet, and I've never been knocked out.
Never?
Never.
You've either lost, like, submission or decision?
And I've been put to sleep one time.
By a submission?
By a submission. That's it.
What kind of submission?
It was a guillotine. I fought a guy that was about your size, for real. And I came out, and I shot in, and he caught my neck. And in my mind, for some reason, and my mom, this was my first time my mom ever watched me fight.
Oh, no.
So she's already messed up. And the dude caught me in the guillotine, and I just stood up. And so, like, that dude was dangling, like, 2.5 feet off of the ground, like, just hanging on my neck. And my neck.
You were standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just hanging like a necklace.
Oh, my God.
And then I ended up getting tired, so I came back down a little bit, and that guy jumped to guard and locked that choke in, and I went to sleep. Started going a little bit convulsions on the ground. My mom and fucking wigging out, I woke up well rested. Like,
Right.
probably the best sleep that I had in my life to that point.
Right.
So it wasn't that bad. I got up, everybody's freaking crying and all
Yeah.
this. I'm like, yo, what are you crying
It's not
for?
that bad, yeah.
I'm here. Like,
Right.
So it was just a scary situation. I see what they're going on. But for me, I knew what I signed up for.
Yeah.
Just like every time I go in there, like, I anticipate that I could get knocked out.
Yeah.
It's just that one punch. Sometimes it takes more than one, but like usually that one punch will put you down. Like,
yeah,
definitely.
And so we were talking a little bit earlier about how like some people are fighters. I think Dean Thomas said it this way, that some people are fighters, some people are martial artists, and some people are athletes. And so, like, would you say that you're a fighter?
Yeah. Would you say fighter, athlete, and what else?
Martial art, like artist.
I'm definitely a fighter.
That's what I think. And then you, like, we were having like some epic fight talks about some of your fights where you were saying that you were in like a weird position or something, and then I see his chin, dink. How do you see that?
So I fought John Midkiff's, big Thai fighter, bodybuilder, big muscle bound guy. And I ended up getting him to the ground and got a Kimura locked in, and he just powered right out of it. And then I kind of scrambled a little bit, and I hooked a wizard in as we were standing up, and he looked the other way, and I threw an uppercut and caught him right on the chin. So like that was a cool victory. Like, I really enjoyed, like, cause I really there again thought like big muscle bound guys finna really like take me out again, like, and really it wasn't the case.
But you've seen that like multiple times. Like, you think that's like what a fighter does. Like, like you might be in a wrestling scramble, but you see that chin, boom, like, you know what I mean?
I feel like the fighter kind of really sees their opening. Sees that a guy is gonna be kind of vulnerable for a certain shot. Like weird scenario talking about that guy. I threw that uppercut, caught him on the chin, put him to sleep. This last fight I had, I caught the guy with the left hook standing up, and I seen him get dazed. And so I came in and I charged him, and when I charged him, I kind of like hooked like a half Nelson in an old wrestling move. And then when I hooked it in, he kind of hit the ground. And we had been training so much that we wanted to stay off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I felt myself hit the ground, I went to stand back up. Well, I still had that like half Nelson hooked in. And so then I like just scooped his head and just started just wailing. And it was like an old school like playground move, but it was there, like seeing a couple of guys that Ben Askren got that bulldog choke.
Yeah.
Who was that? I think that
Robbie
was
Lawler.
Over Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
And that was
controversial, but he did.
Yeah, I mean it was a crazy move to pull off. Like, but the opening was there and he took it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, like when I'm doing MMA fights, like if I'm on the ground, like I'm trying to make you as discomfortable as possible. Like, I don't know, it's cool if I want to grab them, trying to grapple you and stuff, but for me, I'd rather put my forearm in your face and put it on your throat and squeeze and just make you
It is a fight.
Yeah, for real. And even like some of the young heavyweights that I play with around here, that like I tell them all the time that like you don't have to be nice to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a competition. Like this is an outlet for you to be aggressive. Like I'm not telling you to try and like kill the guy, but you can go more than what you're just doing in your regular sparring match in the gym.
For sure.
And some guys just don't get it.
Like,
and so I mean, and I feel like when you was talking about the fighter, the athlete, and the artist, I feel like there's still like
a couple other categories.
Yeah, because I feel like there's not really guys that. There's guys that compete that are kind of fighters, but they really just kind of are just there. Like we saw earlier, like I didn't feel like that TJ Millsap, that last guy I fought, showed up in a panda outfit. Like, I really didn't feel like you took all that seriously.
He wants to be like known as a fighter and wants to be seen as a fighter, but maybe not have the
and like I said, I mean, I give the guy props. Like, you got in there, and the guy went, like I told you before, the guy went with a 15-minute war before, a couple months before we fought.
The super heavyweight.
With the super heavyweight, so you went 15 minutes. So I mean, I had some respect for you, but like when it came down to it, like my dog was way bigger than his dog that night, and then. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it is about these guys doing MMA and then losing to me, but that guy did the same thing Austin did. Immediately got back to the hotel and immediately called me out for a bare knuckle fight. And I was just like, man, like, you lasted 39 seconds.
Right.
Like, you're gonna get that same dog, but now I'm just gonna punch you.
It's going to be worse. Like,
and really, I wouldn't take that fight. There's no point for me. I'm not gonna become a bigger fighter. My fans don't want to see that.
They want to see like a bigger name or like a more formidable opponent. Yeah.
They want to see somebody
because you're prepared to go all however many rounds.
Yeah.
How many rounds are there in bare knuckle? 3? Is it 3-3?
No, it is 5 2-minute rounds.
Oh, okay.
And the other cool thing I like about bare knuckle is we start 3 feet apart from each other. So if I want to be that dog
right off the jump,
I mean, and BKFC just I think in this last event, and then maybe the one before that, had a guy come right off the line, hit the dude with the right hand,
I saw that.
Fight over.
I saw that. People said it was dirty, but the fight's on.
That's the bare knuckle game is starting 3 feet in there, and if you want to stand, I mean, it's like an old boxing drill where the guys would put their one foot in the tire, and then they would box each other, and just kind of work around and just work in that clinch. And it's the same thing in that scenario. Like
you're already that close.
Yeah, it works real well for me. The bare knuckle deal, I can grab the back of your head, I can grab your arm. I can't grab your wrist, but as long as I'm in the clinch and striking, I can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
In boxing, if we get into a clinch, they separate us
right away. Yeah.
And this one, as long as you're staying active, you can keep going.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. So.
For sure. And then I was gonna ask, like, is it hard for you to find pro heavyweight fights in Nebraska? And if it is, like, would it be because those certain people don't want to fight you, or is it just because it's hard in general?
Well, all right. So
you fight in other states too.
So I would say that I'm a smart fighter. Okay, I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I'm not ready to fight that person. Kind of vice versa. I mean, kind of weird. I didn't really have that mentality kind of when I fought Demetrius. I just kind of took that one. Just because I knew whatever's going to happen that night is going to happen. But after that, he was the last guy that I fought from Nebraska.
Yeah.
TJ or Austin came from Wisconsin. Mike Smith came from Iowa. TJ Millsap came from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
But there are Nebraska heavyweights. Old school name Scott Huff that cornered Demetrius. Interesting fight that I might kind of take. Entertain. I've been asked 6-8 times to fight Niles Barton.
That would be awesome.
And I was kind of really getting in shape and kind of like maybe working towards that. And then Niall had his freak accident, and
now he's got a fight in FAC coming up. Yeah, yeah.
He's back training and everything.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah. He's been training a bit, and he has a fight. It's like it's basically like, I would say, like the Dynasty of Kansas City.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
cool.
It's like a big promotion in KC.
It's called LFA?
Or no, FAC.
FAC, okay.
Yeah, FAC.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, it is pretty big. for, Kansas City and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
and I feel like
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some upcoming heavyweights that I might entertain.
Ron Coleman?
That Ron Coleman guy's a beast, bro.
He
Like,
is.
He's
Is he pro yet or no?
Nope, I don't think
Yeah.
so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he just
Probably.
defended his title because he fought Cameron,
Yeah.
and then he fought that big tall white guy.
Yeah.
This last one.
And then I think he fought outside of there too.
Oh, did he?
But I believe so.
Yep.
But
no, real talented kid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure. I remember coming up in high school. I remember Ron Coleman, like from wrestling and like, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
For sure. No, he's good. Definitely a guy that's I'm excited to see come up to the pro ranks and maybe towards. I mean, I'm really trying to make the transition into pure bare knuckle and try and finish my career out that way. But I will entertain some MMA options if they come up. Because I plan on staying in shape and kind of really. I'm weighing like 250 right now. So I'd kind of like before fight night. I really want to kind of go down to like 235. And if I can make it to 235 by September, I might try and take like I heard that they opened up a new weight class at 225. So I might try and come out. What do they call it, like the cruiserweight or something like that?
I mean, I think that's what it is in boxing. Whatever heavyweight is in boxing, I think cruiserweight is right under it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that option if it comes. I just have a real hard time like cutting weight. Like I work out. I do.
You don't necessarily have to, but do you feel like you need to?
What?
Cut weight. You said you're at two.
No.
I'm sorry. We're talking about cruiserweight.
Yeah.
So
I'd have to. I mean, really come down there.
Yeah.
I mean, really, just to say it, it's 25 pounds.
Yeah.
But really, like, me sitting at 250, like, I don't really know how my body's gonna really like 225.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I would be huge, but I don't know. It's an option that I've always kind of. I mean, really, my dream was to take a 205 fight, but I just really can't see myself going down to 205. Maybe 225, but like now is. I like where I'm at. Like,
well,
250.
You're on a roll. I mean.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a blast.
Then I was gonna ask for weight. Oh yeah. So whenever you knew like you were gonna fight Demetrius Worlds, and then in your fights in general, like I mean, as far as like I know, like me and our back and forth has been like super nice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you turn it on like whenever you know you're going to war, like especially with Demetrius, where you weren't exactly sure what was gonna happen or anything like that? I mean, I feel like
So what's crazy is I feel like Demetrius was probably the last guy that I was like chill with. I wasn't real amped up. I didn't really try and get out there and do anything too crazy. Was real cautious with Demetrius because I knew that one shot could end this all. But for me, like with the other guys that I went against, and after the Demetrius fight, is really like it's weird to say, but I really just go to like a dark place. Like I understand what I'm doing, but like back to the whole point is like I'm trying to hurt you. Like that's what I'm trying to do, hit you with devastation. Like like I don't want to come out here and just tag you and all that. Like I don't want to put you to sleep. I want to highlight you. Like and that's the part that I gotta be at now. Like I'm gonna fight dogs. Like from here on out. Like I mean there might be a guy that's not as great, but I feel like as long as I can keep evolving, like eventually somebody's gonna beat me eventually, or I'm gonna become world champion. I don't know, but I mean the heavyweights at the top of this BKFC are
who's at the top?
Joey Beltran.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
That dude is a monster. Him and Sam Shoemaker. I believe Sam's from Kansas. He comes from a big boxing family. They both looked really nice in this last championship fight. kind of thought Sam won. It was kind of back and forth, but ultimately they gave it to the champion. You know, so I mean, and I've always been a firm believer. If you're gonna fight the champion, you have to undisputedly beat that champion.
That includes the 4th and 5th rounds, especially.
Oh, for sure.
In my opinion,
I feel like those would probably have to be the guy that's not champion. Those would have to probably be your biggest rounds.
Yeah. In the UFC and anything, like, I know they're not supposed to judge it like that, but I mean, everybody thinks
it's judged like that.
Well, yeah, it's probably judged like that, but they're not supposed to.
Oh no, right?
Yeah.
Right. You know, I mean, because really, it doesn't matter what you do. And really, I felt like round 1, I feel like Sam won in that championship fight. You know, but towards Joey Beltran's always been that durable heavyweight that really, like, when he gets out there, like, he's a Mexicutioner. Like, the dude's, like, been to the top. One of his last fights with the UFC was to welcome Stipe to the UFC.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, you've done fought the biggest names.
Yeah.
You know, and so you ain't gonna put no fear in that man.
Right. He's already seen it. Yeah.
And really, like, he's durable. And then, like, the 4th or 5th round of that last fight, like, he was just able to put it on Sam. You know. And it was kind of like a Mayweather type deal, you know. Mayweather fought fucking
McGregor.
Logan.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like Logan may have won round 1, 2, maybe even 3.
Well, do you think that was staged?
No.
Well, but they weren't gonna knock each other out, right, or down.
No, I thought
right.
No.
I thought it was an exhibition. Like,
yeah, I feel like they put the exhibition title there to get it sanctioned.
But I thought it was like a Roy Jones, Mike Tyson thing.
Oh,
like,
sure.
But they weren't gonna knock each other out or knock each other down either. It was like in the rules. I think
Tyson's podcast. Tyson said he purposely carried Roy Jones for 8 rounds, just to prove to himself that he could go 8 rounds.
I thought it was like in the rules though. You know what I mean?
It's in the rules
that you're not supposed to knock him out. You can't knock him out because like I think you saw him like going in like super hard to the body and then just maybe tap on top.
Yeah, he's. I definitely feel the Logan
real fight.
And Mayweather was a real fight.
You think that Mayweather would
Logan was really trying to put Mayweather
I saw a big shot from Logan. I honestly didn't
one right hand.
Yeah.
One right hand and I see.
But do you think that Mayweather would have like put like his only loss to this guy?
Mayweather said it himself. It's an exhibition.
Right. So nobody was going to win no matter what.
Yeah. So who cares if Logan would have beat him? Because it would have never went on his record.
So even if Logan knocked him out, it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, it was an exhibition.
But that still stinks if he got okay, all right.
So you still theoretically took a loss, but you're still 50.
I mean, if that's the way it works, that makes sense to me now.
Yeah.
But
no,
otherwise, it didn't make sense.
Logan was really trying to put it on that guy. You know.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah, no, it didn't. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got any other people, places, sponsors, events, or anything coming up?
No. I guess I'll use this opportunity that, so September, I'm going to be looking to get on that Bareknuckle card. If you're looking to sponsor me, let me know. I'm out here working. We can get some work in together. So I'm really out here looking for sponsors. If you want to go, hit me up. Hit Clint up. Clint can get you my information. And we'll, look, see this fear line cat's been in here all day. Yeah.
Mr. Puff.
Mr. Puff. But no, just shout out to Southside Boxing. Man, they're really going to have me right by September. Coach Big E's there, and they got Clyde.
So they're back up and running and things back to normal, like
so Tommy
coaches,
Arciaga,
things like that.
Tommy Arciaga, Big E. There was a lot of, and I'm not going to get into it so much about the South Side and what all happened after Coop had passed. I mean, that's really not any of my business. That's kind of their own political deals going on. For me, I just want to train to become a better fighter. That's it. You know.
Right.
So, I mean, they got a bunch of good heavyweights there. Big E beats me up all the time. They got Clyde Johnson that just won the 190 pound Golden Glove here in Nebraska, and is heading to nationals in August. So.
Oh, did you watch the Golden Gloves?
I didn't. I didn't get to watch all that.
Me neither.
I watched a couple little videos that I made across Facebook, but I wasn't back in the gym. I wasn't really kind of following a whole lot of people.
I didn't. It crept up on me, and I was out of town. But Tanner Wanch and Andrew Summers should be in the gym at Southside with you. So
is that where Tanner took his stand-up game to?
Yeah, stand up. Well, I think he trains at every single gym. You know what I mean? Like, because that's his thing. Oh yeah, Premier, Lincoln Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Southside.
Yeah.
I'm sure other places.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, him and Andrew Summers, like, they really are trying to take their game to the next level, and a lot of other people are too.
Hey, look, like I've been fans of Southside for a long time, and when I went to do that last Bareknuckle, that was one of my biggest things, that I was able to bring that medal home and show Coop, and he got to see it before he passed, and I'm trying to bring another one home for him. What's cool about that medal is, so in Albany or whatever, Belmany or wherever the Bareknuckle Hall of Fame is, that they have a book. So every guy that wins a medal, they go up to the museum and they write their name in that book. So if you was to go there, you could go see my name in a book in New York City. So it's kind of...
That is insane.
Yeah, so it'll be at the Bareknuckle Hall of Fame. So I'm trying to get a couple more knocks in there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I went to Southside Boxing like a little bit before, it closed down for a while and things like that. And like Coop gave me like his whole spiel, which was funny, but like it was like genuine. Of course, he's like don't drink or do drugs when you come here.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, do you have any gang affiliations? I'm like, no. I'm like, dude, no.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was so funny. But another comment he made, he's like, man, he's like, or he saw my jacket. I think it said Lincoln Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They're like, you an MMA guy? I was like, yeah. And he's like, man, not many MMA guys can box. And he mentioned yourself and Harris Talenzig. He said you guys ain't bad.
Oh yeah, no.
Which means you're good, obviously.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do, but but I feel like once the pieces come together, I feel like with my striking and the dog that I got in fighting, I'm gonna be a force in that BKFC.
Well, yeah, and then one thing is like an old boxing trainer like that can see if somebody has talent right away. Like to where they see that if you do have a future, or if you're just like, what, I'll try and help you.
Oh,
but
you know how I get the biggest kick out of guys that go to a boxing gym for like 3-4 weeks when they're a kid, and they say that they're boxers.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, you box? Oh yeah, I boxed when I was like 12.
I did karate whenever I was like 12. Yeah. Like,
so you're a karate star.
Yeah, I'm a karate. Yeah, I'm Wonder Boy. I'm Wonder Boy.
Watch out. Oh my God. For sure. Yeah.
Played soccer too.
Yeah. You're a FIFA champ.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. But anyways, you also have you're a fundraiser.
Yeah, so we'll kind of wrap this up at the end of this one, kind of leave the depressing stuff for the last. But, so I have 3 boys with Kayla. We met in high school. Crazy little story. You want to figure out a little bit more about me? My senior year, me and her, and it wasn't, me and her were in the same club, but I had done football, wrestling. I tried to do a couple of cool things, but I decided in my senior year I wanted to go out with a bang. And I'm gonna tell you, bud, this is the first time y'all probably hearing this too. I did aqualinks. I did synchronized swimming my senior year, and me and her were in that group, and we became friends. We became friends afterwards. After high school. We had like a 5 or 6 year layoff or whatever, quite a while, I guess. So we ended up meeting up again, and then we ended up having some kids together. And then she was diagnosed 3 or 4 years ago with stage 5 kidney failure, and she needed a kidney. And a couple days ago, we actually lost her to her body shutting down. She had just got real sick, and then she just passed. It was kind of a crazy deal. I had dropped my boys off, and then she had told me that she had ate some Burger King or something like that earlier that day, and it wasn't sitting with her stomach real well. And so I left, and then she had called me at like 9:30 at night and said that she wasn't feeling well, and she needed me to come get the boys. And so I came and got the boys, and they stayed the night with me. And then the next morning I got up, took the boys to daycare, and told them that after I got done at daycare, that I would take them back home to their mom. And while I was at work, concrete was pulling up on the job site, and my phone rang, and it was Kayla's mom saying that Kayla had passed overnight. So I kind of broke down. It was the first time that I had cried in like 18 years. Kind of really messed with me. I never really kind of understood like how hard it would be to go home and tell your children that your mom's gone, like especially to my young boys. But we made it happen. A little lighter note, my second oldest boy, Jax, we told him what happened. He's only 5. We told him what happened, and he thought his mom was a gangster, and we went around telling everybody that his mom got shot. And I was like, nah, bro, your mom didn't get shot. She just died of her health issues.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
So it was kind of a funny little deal that he wasn't trying to make light of it. He just kind of brought a little light to us. But we are laying her to rest Saturday morning. But we are doing some fundraisers on the 11th with Bacon Hazing. My sister, she's gonna be selling platters. They got a bunch of resin art, a bunch of garage sale stuff. Part of the proceeds will come to me. We are doing a car wash too, so I'll come out and wash your car for you. But all that is kind of.
Where's it going down at?
10th and F, 1020 F Street. It'll be at my sister's house. She'll have her truck outside and everything. Kind of like.
On Friday the 11th? Is that Friday?
I haven't really checked to see what date that.
Yeah.
But it'll be the 11th, and then on the 17th of July we'll have a Celebrate Life little get together, and everybody's more than welcome to come out and show your support and come out and get your hugs and come see the boys. And yeah, man, it's just been definitely a transition, from going to be a co-parenting dad to now being a single dad with 3 boys.
Full time.
So my house right now is destroyed. I just moved my boys' bunk beds into my house. But we got plenty of food, plenty of clothing, plenty of everything really. So it's just kind of a nice little deal that my sister's kind of reaching out to her people and everybody kind of pull together, kind of make this transition just a little bit easier. But it's definitely a hard one to take. I've been punched in the face by many guys, but this one was a hard one to take, bro. Like it was. But but she knows, and everybody that in my support, in my village, that everybody knows that it's gonna be all right. Like I'm a good dad. I take care of my kids. I involve my kids in big things. And so it's gonna be all right. It was just a real hard thing to take, and for as a dad, it's real hard to have your boys tell you every day that they miss their mom. You know, that it's just something that you can't bring back. You know, on a little lighter note, we'll kind of start to wrap this up. That I'll be watching a bunch of paranormal videos, like about these urban explorers that go out to these haunted, abandoned places. And my son watches it with me. And he told me the other day, he was like, hey, so those people, since mom's a spirit now, he was like, we can get one of those little spirit boxes and we can talk to her, right? And so, and I told him, I was like, nah, like, probably can't do that, like, not yet. Like, it's probably a little too early to kind of go up that avenue. And so, but he's taking it well, you know. I think that Saturday at the viewing, you know, when they get to see Kayla for the last time, that'll be like a real eye opener for her, because they'll see her and they'll think that
some closure, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe open things up a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I mean, really, like, because I think my youngest boy Jax doesn't really. I don't think he quite understands. Like, he understands that mom's gone, but he doesn't quite like understand what happened. You know, so I think Saturday when he goes there and sees her and tells her goodbye and all that, that might be a real hard day for him. So I mean, it's gonna be a hard day for all of us.
For sure.
But, yeah, I don't know. We'll wrap this thing up.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Well, so where can people donate or anything like that?
Hey, so Alicia has a bunch of Venmo and Cash App deals if you're not able to make it out to the festivals.
So look up Alicia Dieckhoff.
Dieckhoff.
Sorry, my bad.
Dieckhoff.
My bad.
Cough.
Okay, I got you.
But yeah, just hit up. You can go to there. You can go to the Bareknuckle page, and you'll be able to find a link to that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going there.
You can look up my Facebook. I share the links all the time. Bill Dieckhoff on Facebook. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be all right though. I mean, I don't feel like God would put this in my hands if he didn't know that I could do it.
If you weren't prepared or anything like that.
I'm definitely not prepared.
Well, you're a man enough to...
I will be prepared.
Yeah, right. Well, nothing you couldn't handle.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
Yeah, well, shout out to that.
How long have we been going? An hour?
An hour and 2 minutes, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so then BKFC coming up, hopefully in September.
Yeah, nice.
In Omaha. So, yeah, all good.
Yeah, I gotta, I'll get through tryouts and see. It'll be kind of nice to get back into that organization. Kind of talking with them people. We'll do a lot. They do a lot of interviews. And I feel like I'm in good shape. Like, I feel like I'm gonna go up there and they're gonna really want me to compete, and they're gonna find me.
Yeah, you're an in shape, heavyweight, obviously.
Yeah, I try.
And like a big heavyweight too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you say you weigh 250, but that's a good 250.
Yeah.
Like, at least for walking around where.
Yeah,
right,
I mean, I get people that are some weird, and there's a lot of people that don't know people's weights by looking at them, but I get a lot of people that ask me, like, I'm like 200 pounds. I'm like, there's no way I'm 200.
Yeah.
Like, but people, like, it's been a lot better now that, like, I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm in a gym every day. I work a construction job. I pour concrete every day. So, like, I got laborious jobs that I'm always working out all day.
Yeah.
But it's a good time. I'm excited for that Bareknuckle though. I'm ready to really punch somebody in the face. Let me explain. I'm really actually ready to get punched in the face. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, most people don't like to get punched in the face. I love getting punched in the face, bro.
Is that when you know it's on? Is that when you can turn it on? Or you turn it on before there, but that's when you know it's on. Like, if you get the stars going. That's what one of my football coaches would say. Get the stars going.
I don't want to see stars, bro. That's not a good deal.
I did.
You see the stars,
wasn't
bro,
a good deal.
It
wasn't a good deal. Yeah.
That next one, you go to sleep.
Yeah. Or get the spark going, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah, not stars. No one
Yeah.
stars.
No. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Bad deal. But no, Yeah, and like you gotta really just go in there and just really get it. And I feel like it's not so much like getting tagged that wakes me up. It's more like when that ref says go, or that,
Then it's go time.
Or, yeah,
Yeah.
When I'm locked in a cage with an opponent, like I know that, like, cause I got to, like I'm not, I can't risk you trying to be the aggressor.
Yeah.
I'm cool if you want to be aggressive with me.
So you want to strike first, for the most part?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Except for that Demetrius fight. That Demetrius fight, I did not want to get into an exchange with that guy. Just because I knew he had that power, and my stand-up wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that my grappling and my ground game was.
Right.
So I just had to kind of weather the storm there, and that was my only avenue out. It wasn't standing up with Demetrius because I would have been asleep. That guy's legit.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
And really, like, I mean, I'm ready for a legit stand-up guy.
Well, you're gonna get one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Especially in BKFC.
Yeah, and I mean
that's a good deal. It's a good deal for to get BKFC, by the way.
Oh yeah.
$3.99 a month, and even if you just like buy it for the pay-per-views that you want, like you buy pay-per-view for $3.99.
Yeah. Hey, so go click that BKFC TV app. Go download it.
Yeah.
It's a good deal. Sure.
It is a good deal. Yeah.
And you can
I watch everything.
Have you watched? Did you watch the BKFC Mania? Where Paige fought?
Yeah.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah, that was an awesome fight card. I didn't care for like the Paige fight.
Yeah.
I liked to watch Chris Lieben one. Chris Lieben won.
Oh yeah.
But that I was dancing around here for that one.
Yeah.
But dude, in the Paige fight, they were like letting him hug. They were letting him do like so much stuff that where like some of the other girls like they were saying like, hey, you better fight.
Hey, you can't kill that deer, bud.
Miss Puff. They were like, or for some of the other girls, they were saying, box. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they were letting Paige and what's her bucket hug.
Brittany Hart.
Yeah, hug for like almost like the whole match. And they were egging other fighters to hurry up and like push the action.
Yeah, they didn't on Paige.
No, they let him hug for the whole time.
Well, what I really did like about that Paige fight and that Brittany Hart fight was the story. Brittany Hart came from was a single mother, working out of a gym like Southside.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Paige coming out of American Top
UFC,
Team.
Yeah.
And I really thought that Britt went out there and really gave it to Paige.
Yeah.
Because it's different when you're just doing like a big UFC card, like, and then you fight a chick like Bret Hart that's really got nothing to lose.
Right. Who wants it more? Who wants it more?
Bro, that is the key through it all.
Yeah.
Who wants it more? You know? And I want it bad. So
of course, yeah.
So there's no you're gonna have to really fight to get out of this,
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've done through those losses that I've taken as a pro early, in any of my amateur, except for when I fought the Green Beret one time. I did not know what a Green Beret in the military was, and I suckered myself into a fight with a Green Beret and got my ass whooped.
How did it go?
Oh, not good. Not good.
He was good at everything?
Oh, yeah, he just kicked me and beat the shit out of me and got on top of me and pounded me out, and that was a fun. I ain't ever fighting a Green Beret again. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I was at a GIs versus Joe show up in St. Louis, and they called me, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna fight a Green Beret tonight. All right, whatever.
And MMA, right? Yeah.
And that dude beat the shit out of me. It was cool though.
Yeah.
I met Matt Hughes that night.
Oh, dude, one of my favorites.
Wasn't a very nice guy.
Really?
I didn't really find him.
That was before the train wreck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't real friendly.
Really.
I feel like when fans come up and talk to me, I'm like a real friendly guy. That dude was kind of offish, kind of about himself.
I've heard of that a little bit.
So I was like, it was whatever. I got a cool book from him explaining his life story and shit.
Yeah, that Made in America book. I used to read that all the time in high school.
Yeah,
I read it all the time in high school. Yeah.
It was a cool little story about him and his brother.
Yeah. identical twins, basically. Yeah.
I mean, so that was a cool little deal. I enjoyed that book. I had that book for a long time, actually.
Yeah, I still got it in storage somewhere.
What you do?
Yeah.
I see all these goddamn books around here. Book king
Yeah,
right here.
mostly for
So.
show. All right, well, yeah, definitely.
Man,
Thanks a lot,
I
Bill.
appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Later.